Hey guys, Emma here from Motus Health and Performance, talking about running. If you're a new runner, a returning runner, or someone who's been running for a long time who's now increasing their running load, stay tuned here for a second, just give us a minute of your time. What we want to do is run through our biggest do's and don'ts to run well, run safely and prevent injury. Number one, don't do too much too soon. Studies have shown that when your running load is fairly consistent, being from 5% less to 10% more of your previous training week, injury risk is reduced by at least 10%. They then know that if you increase your running load by more than 15% than your week prior, your risk of injury skyrockets to somewhere between 20 and 50%. So give yourself enough time to build and achieve your goals as opposed to cramming and increasing your intensity, distance and load too quickly. And remember, rest days are important too. Number two is don't run too fast. Now it seems contradictory to want to increase your running pace yet train at a slower pace, but it's really important that we give our structures, our muscles, our tendons and our ligaments enough time to adapt to the load that we're putting through them when we run quickly. Most often our cardiovascular system improves pretty quickly, meaning you're going to get fit enough to be able to handle the increased pace, but the structures in your legs especially need time to increase to that. So for example, if your overall PB of a 5K run is about 25 minutes, so you're holding a 5-minute K for example, you want most of your runs to be at least 20 to 30% slower than that. For example, your programming might say to hold a conversational pace while you're running. If that's the case, stick to it because it's going to help to prevent you doing too much too quickly and running into injuries later down the track. Number three is don't ignore your strength training. Doing strength training in combination with your running program is going to reduce your risk of injury by up to 50%. I've already spoken a little bit about increasing the load that your tendons, muscles and ligaments can handle. Strength training is really going to help with that. If you're running at least 3 times a week, you should be doing strength training about 2 to 3 times a week as well. And if you're nervous about the effect that that's going to have on your size or bulking up, they've done studies to show that combining the two creates an effect that means that's just not going to happen. Strength training is only going to increase your performance while you're running and decrease your chance of injury, so make sure you're considering both. The last point, guys, is to place an emphasis on your warm-up and not so much on your static stretching. Going for a really slow jog at the start of your run is not enough to prepare you for what's ahead in the actual running session. You need to be doing some activation drills to make sure that you're best prepared for what you're about to do. And if you want a static stretch, you should do this after the run. Making sure that you warm up appropriately is going to reduce the chance that you develop injuries like tendinopathies or overload injuries through the knees, ankles and hips. And it's going to mean that you need less days taken off later through your program and you're able to hit the goals that you want to moving forward. These tips have been really nice and general for those of you that are increasing your running load or starting running altogether through this time. For more specific detail on some warm-up ideas or strength programs, please get in touch. A lot of us here at Motus and the people that are connected to Motus spend a lot of their time working on programs like this, and we'd love to be able to help you out as you're starting to do a little bit more through this time.